The anti-Semitic decision of the International Court in The Hague is a modern Dreyfus trial.
It is not a political decision. It is a decision of a court of justice, an international court of justice.
The ICC's decision is outrageous, unlawful, and dangerous. Israel has a right to defend itself, and the ICC's rogue actions only enable the terrorists who seek to wipe Israel off the map.
We will abide by all the regulations and rulings of the international courts.
Is this justice in action, or a politically charged spectacle? The International Criminal Court ICC has sparked a global controversy by issuing arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, and Hamas military chief Mohammed Deif. The charges, war crimes and crimes against humanity, raise profound questions about the impartiality and purpose of international justice. Is the ICC balancing the scales of justice, or is it tipping them against Israel? Israel has condemned the move, likening it to a modern-day Dreyfus trial, a baseless accusation fueled by anti-Semitism. Prime Minister Netanyahu criticized the decision, comparing it to the notorious wrongful conviction of a Jewish officer in 19th century France, a historical emblem of injustice against the Jewish people.
It is falsely accusing me, the democratically elected Prime Minister of the State of Israel, and Israel's former Defense Minister, Yoav Gallant. The truth is simple. No war is more just than the war that Israel has been waging in Gaza after Hamas attacked us unprovoked, launching the worst massacre against the Jewish people since the Holocaust. These judges did nothing. They did nothing against the real war crimes committed against the millions who've been murdered or uprooted by the dictatorships in Iran, Syria, and Yemen.
The United States, Israel's staunchest ally, has firmly condemned the ICC's actions. President Joe Biden labeled the arrest warrants as outrageous, emphasizing that there is no equivalence between Israel and Hamas. However, not all voices align with Washington's stance. Turkey has endorsed the ICC's decision, describing it as a pivotal step toward ending what it terms the genocide in Palestine. Meanwhile, Amnesty International has intensified pressure on the international community, branding Netanyahu a wanted man and urging member states to ensure he stands trial without exception.
It is not a political decision. It is a decision of a court of justice, an international court of justice. And decision of the court has to be respected and implemented. This decision is a binding decision, and all states parties of the court, which include all members of the European Union.
This decision has deeply fractured the global stage, with reactions varying widely from one nation to another. Argentina's President Javier Milei criticized the ICC, accusing it of disregarding Israel's inherent right to self-defense. In contrast, the European Union has upheld the ICC's ruling as binding and beyond the influence of politics, reaffirming its commitment to the principles of international justice. Spain and Italy have signaled their compliance with the ICC's ruling, though dissenting voices persist. Italy's defense minister criticized the comparison of Prime Minister Netanyahu to Hamas leaders, underscoring the widening fissures among nations. The backdrop to this controversy is the devastating October 7th massacre, where over 1,400 Israelis were killed in unprovoked attacks by Hamas. This triggered an intense Israeli retaliation, which leveled significant portions of Gaza, with Israel asserting it was dismantling Hamas's terror network. The critical question remains: who holds the moral high ground? Is the ICC championing human rights, or is it weaponizing justice against a democracy under siege? Hamas's military chief Mohammed Deif, accused of orchestrating the October 7th attacks, also faces charges. But does a single warrant for him equate to justice for the countless Israeli victims? The global stage watches as the line between justice and geopolitics continues to blur. Will Netanyahu be remembered as a leader who defended his nation, or as a fugitive pursued by international courts? More broadly, what does this decision mean for the future of international law? This is not just a question for Netanyahu, it challenges every world leader who considers themselves untouchable. The ICC's actions send a clear message: who might be next?